Hello, hello! Welcome everyone, this is Daniel, Dear Daniel, coming to you with the first video of our new course. In this course, we're going to talk about a lot of, what is something new? There's a lot of new stuff. So this is for new players. If you're if you're under AR 12 or 16, then this is for you. So once again, welcome. I am going to be playing with this account. This account is my main account and I have 100% the world. So why would you want to listen to me? Is because I have already done a lot of exploration, and so my courses and my focus is on exploration and how to play the game. So I know this game looks really big right now, especially if you're new. If you are AR 1 or 0, if you just started the game, you're AR 0, and it's going to take you a while to get to, the same AR as me. Let me show you my account right now. So AR, why am I talking about AR? So AR is the adventure rank. The adventure rank, the best place to look at that is this place. So as you increase your adventure rank, you get more and more ascension and stuff. I'll explain everything later on. It's quite a lot of stuff. But basically, when you first enter the game, you need to visit the statue at Windrise and a few other statues. These are different than waypoints. I'm going to explain that later on as well. And then you open some chests and then, increase the statue of the 7 in Mondstadt to level 2, and then you get all these rewards. I'm going to show you on my odd account all these things. I'm going to start from the beginning, but right now I'm going to show you on my main account to show you that I have done the work. And currently we are in Luna 2, which is basically Genshin 6.2, but they stopped naming it like Genshin patch number 1.1 or 1.2. They stopped around here, so Luna is like version 6 basically, but everything else like version 5 is Natlan, and this is the holiday islands, which are still permanently there. So this is Natlan, and as you can see, it's all 100%. I've explored everything to reach the 100% exploration progress number. So yeah, everything, even Fontaine is 100% as well. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a few basic stuff. If you are new, you are basically still in Mondstadt, and what you need to know is how to move your characters and what is the optimal way of doing exploration, which is what I love to do. And I'll be sharing a lot of my tips and secrets with you in this course. I tend to be all over the place. I don't like editing too much. I do edit my music videos, my Genshin fan-made music videos, but besides that, most of my gameplay are very raw. I do have a daily Genshin video series where you can follow along from, like, when I started with Mondstadt as well, and you can follow me all the way as I went to Dragonspine, and I went to Lyria, and I went to the Chasm, and then started exploring all these other places, as well as, of course, Inazuma. So I have over 5,000 episodes of that. If you are interested, you can watch it for sure. I'll reference sometimes. I'll pull some videos. If I do some editing, I'll pull some gameplay videos or reference certain things from other episodes that I have. I'm also working on a website to kind of make it all very coherent and concise so that you can find what you're looking for very easily. So there's a lot of search stuff there, so that you can just search. Like if you're looking for how to fight a boss, then you can click, like you can just search how to just fight the boss, and then it will tell you how to do that. So what I'm not going to do, what is this course not really about, is not about the end game things, which is for example the Spire Abyss. I'm not really a end game kind of guy. I like to play it for fun, I like to clear it, but I'm not there to get all the stars. And this as well, Genshin Onslaught, I'm not very good at that either, as well as the Imaginarium Theater. I do need help from my friends, so I'm not the expert there. But if you're looking for exploration and tips on how to start the game, how to move, how to optimize, how to be the best at, for example, using resin, right? I'll explain resin, I'll explain what is condensed resin, I'll explain tea resin, which is something else you can get from the teapot, hence tea resin. But also it means something else, not teapot resin. It's just what I call tea, as in the letter T. And then obviously I've done my Spire Abyss level 12 floor 12 chamber 3. I've done that. I haven't done my recent Imaginarium. I still have 23 days for this, but I will get it done. This I've just finished, but I'm not like into, like I say, clearing it 100%. But so yeah, just a little introduction. Like, I just want to show you that I've done all the work. I've 100% everything with the help of my friends, and the course is going to be just helping people from AR 0, which is when you first start the game, until AR 16, which is when you started being able to do co-ops. So for example, let me just go back here. So co-op is when you can like find people's worlds to join them and play. So for example, any of these people, you can join their world. You can just request to join, and you can show them. You can join them in their world. Very, very cool. So when you get to level 16, you can do that, but until then you cannot. So the first 16 levels are kind of like single player, but then co-op and multiplayer opens up at level 16, AR 16. So right now, for example, I'm at AR 60, and you get there really quickly. Within a year, you should be able to get to AR 60. And then world level, I'm also going to break this courses down by world level, so that when you're, look at this, when your adventure rank reaches 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 58, your world level will increase by 1. So for example, you're like world level 1. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, this is so okay. Before you get to, you're in world level 0. When you get to 20, is world level 1, and then world level 2 is at 25. World level 3 is at 30, and then so on and so forth until world level 9, which is where I'm at. So the maximum adventure rank AR is 60, and your maximum world level is 90. So you need to do ascension quests. I'll get into that later on in another video. I don't want to confuse you too much, but basically, yeah, see, when you reach level 3, you can decrease your world level by 1. So if you're at world level 3, you can go back to level 1. I'll explain this in more detail later on. I'm just doing a quick recap. So I just want to welcome everyone to this course I'm working on, to help people like you to get from AR 0 to AR 16, and then from AR 16 there'll be a whole bunch of videos with more advanced stuff, to get you from AR 16 to 45. So once you get to 45, a lot of things in the world opens up to you. So oh, this is new. Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff all the time. This is Genshin Onslaught, the test runs. I'll get into all these in a different video. And also we have Wonderland, obviously. This is a new feature, and this I just finished this. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And then Archon quests, Archon story quests, world quests, and all those different things. I'll explain that a bit more later on, but this is where you see all the events. And then obviously if you do exploration, you get a lot of Primogems. I'll do another video about like getting Primogems, because it's very important. Getting Primogems so that you can wish. I'll talk about wishing later on. You need to be at least level AR 8 in order to be able to start wishing. And then these are the new bosses that they are kind of telling us about. So this is the boss for Nefer, and I'll go through the different characters later on as well. So this is a very high level recap overview. So this is Imaginarium Theater. I haven't done this yet, but I have lots of time for this, and we'll get into this as well. So each of these are going to be like a video, I think. Maybe not specifically too much. Maybe we'll see. I'm still working on the curriculum, so bear with me. And obviously we have these things, which is what I call BP, which is the Battle Pass. BP level 31 right now, and every day you log in, you can collect. So for example, as you just saw, I just collected some BP points. I have 120 BP points for logging in. So every day you get 120 points here. Then you can get original resin. I mean, if you use 150 original resin, then you can get 225, and then if you mine like 10 things, you get 150. And then if you do your daily commissions, which I highly recommend you do, because you get a lot of Primogems for that as well, then you get 200 BP points. And BP points, they add up, as you can see here. BEP, which is the Battle Pass experience points. You can also purchase it, but I don't recommend purchasing it. Yeah, you can actually spend Primogems to increase this, but I don't think you should. Yeah, you should. The better we use this for BP points. And then obviously this is what I've done already, and you can take a look. So if you have the BP pass, like you actually buy it, you can get all these additional rewards, but usually I ignore it because I don't I've bought this in the past, but I don't do it anymore because I basically can level up on my own, and I don't really need all this extra stuff anymore. I think in the early game maybe is good. It's up to you. If you don't want to be just free to play, then don't get any of these things because they cost money. Like for example, you can like look at this. It costs like about $13.50 and $27 here. I'm in Canada, so it's Canadian. So, and these are the weapons you get. You get all this additional stuff, which is great. You get like 1.62 million Mora, and like I said, I don't really need it because I have quite a bit, as you will see later on. But yeah, so each one, like for example, this one has this BP period. The Battle Pass period is going to expire or end around 23 days, 15 hours from now. So then it resets, everything goes back to 0. So if you get to level 50, which I will get to in like a few days, then it ends for you. So any BP you do, any stuff you do not get BP points anymore. I mean, you still get BP points, but you don't get like beyond level 50. Hope I'm not talking too fast, but basically in the beginning you start every time it resets, you start from 1, so you start from 0, then you get to 1, and then 2, and then 3. It's pretty fast. And then like I'm more than halfway. I'm like 31 already, level 31, and I have 23 more days to get the rest of these levels, which are quite easy, because I'll explain this in another video in more detail. But basically, if you do weekly missions, like for example defeat bosses and spend resin, spend Mora, do domain challenges. We'll explain each of these later on as well. And then ley line deposit challenges, cook dishes, buy stuff from the teapot traveling salesman in other people World's teapot, and then obviously the trans domain, and then you can also play TCG, which I don't play, so there's gonna be no videos about this. Maybe one or two just to explain what it is, but I don't actually play this. But you can get like 670 BP points a week, which is great. And then I've done the forge items already, so I have 360, and this is like every week you get this 360 points, and then obviously spending and obtaining the realm currency from the teapot, another 675, and then making furnishings for your teapot, 450. So they add up pretty fast. What adds up really fast is this thing, which is for example, like this one, I've already done this, so I have 1500 BP points for this, for getting the dire prestige points from the onslaught, and then making wishes, another 1500, and then gaining a total of 12 stars in the Spire Abyss, 2250 points, and then obviously enhancing artifacts, which we'll get into another video. Yeah, you get like another 1200 points here, and then doing the Imaginarium you get 2250 points, and then obviously these are all the new stuff that just came out today. So if you look at this, 1500, so there's 4 of them, right? So it's like 6,000 points. Yeah, 6,000 points. That's a lot. So 6,000 points. Like, look at this weekly limit. I'm already halfway there. So if I get everything here, I will reach my 10,000 weekly limit already. So yeah, just imagine that. And also including this stuff, it will, like, sometimes I get so much points, BP points, that I just like run out of I reach the limit, and then I just, you know, I'm unable to spend or do anything with my BB points, because you get to 100, you get like the week is over. So yeah, we'll get into each of the characters. I want to also talk about the shortcuts. So for example, if I press M, right, the map opens up really quickly. If I press if I press F2, it opens up the co-op mode, which I can see other people, I can join their world, or they can, you know, talk to them and stuff like that. And then if I press F3, you can see the wish banners, which I'll get into in another video. I just want to show you quickly, this are the wish banners, and I'll explain the details later on in another video. So yeah, this is basically an overview of the game, and I'll kind of talk about what I like to do, and then we'll get into movements and other details in the next episode. So this has been the introduction. I'll see you in the next video. Alright. Oops. Yeah, so I'll talk about changing characters as well, like pressing 1, 2, 3, and 4, and yeah, and maybe sometimes there's 5 and 6. I think the maximum so far has been 6. So you can have up to 6 characters, but those are special and not like always. I'll talk about, you know, talking to people as well. There's a lot of things to talk about. This game is huge, as you can see in the map. It's a really big world. So I look forward to you joining us for this whole course, especially if you're new to Genshin. Ask any questions in the comments, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye for now.